I have a friend with me. His name is John Gordon. We've been friends for so long. And I still remember when I first interacted with him. I was on his podcast. His producer, Daniel Decker, asked me to go on his show. And he said, my friend, John Gordon, he's not a Christian, doesn't believe in God. He's a Jewish Buddhist energy coach. And I think you guys would really hit it off. And would you come on his podcast? And so I said, sure, I'll come. And we were talking about energy. And to be honest with you, I have very limited, knowledge on energy. I know something about energy, but, I didn't have a whole show. And about halfway through the show, he says, Erwin, I have a question for you. And I go, yeah. And he goes, you're a Christian, right? And I go, yeah. And he goes, you Christians believe that you're the only ones going to heaven and the rest of us are going to hell, right? I go, what? And he goes, you think we're all going to hell, right? Are we all going to hell? And I said, this is a show about energy. And, and he goes, no, my audience really wants to know. Yeah, I bet they do. And they love watching Christian roadkill. Just like, and, right? And in that moment, I remember just saying, John, what Jesus said is he did not come to condemn the world, but to bring the world life. So I'm not here to condemn the world. I'm just here to bring the world life. Because why would I take on a job that Jesus couldn't handle? Right? He didn't want to condemn the world. He just wanted to bring the world life. And some of us are trying to take on a job God doesn't even want. See, God does not want to condemn the world. He just wants to bring the world life. Why do we want to condemn the world? And no matter who's ever spoken to you, no matter what you've ever heard, and for some of you, it may have been what you heard from someone who said they believed in God. Nothing makes me angrier than people who use God's name to diminish God's voice. But that's been happening since we started having a conversation with the snake. And I'm telling you, the snake is still talking. And the snake's going to talk and talk and just keep yapping until you finally decide to shut the snake up and listen to God. So I want to be clear. Listen to my words. You have infinite value. You matter. You are unconditionally loved. There's a God who created you for himself. He adores you. I don't get it. He will not give up on you. I don't care where you're from, what you've done, who you are, what other people think about you. When Jesus stepped into human history 2,000 years ago, it was for you. For you. No one could talk him out of it. No one could convince him you were not worth it. When Jesus died on the cross 2,000 years ago, and he spoke his words, it is finished. It was finished for you. To the power of his word, God has given you a way to life. And that word, in case you didn't get it, that word from God is Jesus.